I think it's very interesting that today there were approximately 105,000 people that came out into the streets of London to protest um, anti-Semitism and British Jews being supported. And considering the fact that King Charles III's relationship with the British Jews is very close, I think all of this could be definitely leading to the king being accepted by the Jewish people. They've already been accepting him as king in the UK, and, since the Queen died. But I think it's really interesting that this strong support came out in the streets today in London, and, I think it's really setting the stage for what's coming, because if you consider that they plan to do the red heifer ceremony sometime in April, at Passover, then that would be about April 14th, somewhere around that date. And I'll have to really look it up on the calendar, but to see when it's actually going to fall. But I was thinking, how all of this sets the stage for the possibility that, people are speaking out against Netanyahu's government for corruption and not catching that this attack was coming. People speculating that were already in the IDF, that already served over there with the special forces and all of that, and saying that there's no way on earth that even a cat or a roach or anything could get through that gate. And it's really important that the rest of the hostages are freed, because this is God's will for them to be freed and to go home to their loved ones, all of them, not just, a handful at a time. But they all need to be freed in the name of God, who loves them and cares for them. And, we just can see the stage being set with the king supporting Israel. He's very supportive of what is happening over there, concerned, I should say. And I don't know if things fall into line with him going to the ceremony of the red heifer sometime in spring. Time will tell. But, this situation in London today with people being supportive of the British Jews and anti-Semitism coming to an end, all of that, it seems to me that this escalates, the king's feeling for the situation in Israel. Now, whether Benjamin Netanyahu will be removed, that's a question. We don't know yet what's going to happen with that. There's some people who think he's corrupt, and I don't know. There's a lot of talk about him being removed. Could be removed, we don't know. But does it set the stage? Yes, I believe it does, for them having to have another leader that can broker the peace between the Palestinians, which is what's going on right now with, the Palestinians and the Israelis, and them stopping the war in Gaza. So the 7-year agreement between the UK with trade and tech with Israel, that's already been signed back in March. There's these other 7-year treaties as well, but they are not the 7-year covenant with many a covenant was done with blood, and so this is how I know it's a blood covenant. And it was a covenant between the people and God. And, if the people stray and then they come back to God, and then they're actually doing a blood covenant again, then it is strengthening the old covenant that they've always had with God with a blood offering or whatever. In the case of the red heifer, it's not considered a sacrifice like the Passover lambs. It's considered to be the covenant between God and the people. So, I don't know. I think this is strengthening the ties with King Charles to be able to broker the peace between the Palestinians and Israel if they both signed on to the Commonwealth. And this situation as it stands now, it's kind of seeming like it's heading that way. So like I said, time will tell, but, these are crazy times we're living in, that's for sure. And I think the Lord probably would be coming, before that next dispensation starts. Because if it all became about the temple all over again, then it would be the end of the church age, the age of grace. So we are under grace through faith, and we must trust in the Lord and the sacrifice he made for us. He paid the bride's price to take us back to the Garden of Eden-like state, and we put our trust and hope in faith in him. And I just think that all of this is an indicator of how things are progressing. If the situation in Israel cannot be solved and the people decide that Netanyahu's to go, then they may be looking for a leader that can fit that role. And King Charles III fits right in. He would not have to go live in Israel to be the king. If they signed on to the Commonwealth, as I found articles stating that they had thought about doing this, then there's a big chance that, they could see that the king was, tried to be fair to both sides and all of this stuff. What I should say is that I think that the word covenant, when I did some research on that, it's interesting that it does say the word lease. Covenant does. And also, he who now letteth will let. That's a land lease. So that has to do with the land, and the red heifer ceremony would allow for the third temple to be built. If that was going to happen this spring with the red heifer, then that's the go-ahead for the third temple. And I can see how today's actions in London with all of these supporters of the British Jews and Jews worldwide could lead to the king stepping in and doing something to help both sides. So it's interesting that he's embraced, all of these religions. So he would fit right in with that. I didn't want to make this too long. I'm sorry I'm a little bit scattered. I'm out in my car. We've had a major snowstorm, and yesterday it was 24 degrees, and there was no way I could get out. There was so much snow on my car. I was freezing by the time I even got the thing swept off, so I just went right back in. and I dropped my cell phone without knowing it in the snow. Fortunately, when I came back up to the desk, somebody said that they found it in the snow, and so I'm very grateful for that. So anyway, today I got out just a little bit because the roads did melt. But on Thanksgiving, if you can believe it, the roofers were up on the roof, climbing up past my window. I was just like, are you kidding? On Thanksgiving. And I thought these men should not be working on Thanksgiving, you know? But anyway, it was low key for me, as you know. And I'm very thankful that, you know, God provides when I need it, and I'm very thankful for that. Well, God bless you guys. I'll talk to you later. Shalom for now. Sorry if I seemed a little scattered. I'm just sitting in my car trying to talk, and, you know, it's kind of cold out here, so I'm slow speaking. Anyway, all of these things are leading up to what's coming for springtime, I think. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Hope you guys had a good Thanksgiving yourselves. God bless you all, and I'll see you later. Shalom for now.